we're going to start off with some big news that just happened a little while ago. But the Chargers are hiring Jim Harbaugh to come be their head coach. And that's that. We can finally settle down on the Harbaugh talk and where he's landing, because now we finally know. But I guess my question to you guys is, how much of a impact do you think he'll make as the new head coach?
Well, I said it pre-show. I think 3 years they're going to be in the Super Bowl. I don't like Harbaugh, but like
You're
I said,
familiar
man,
with him.
you go top three with Stanford of all places, and you win the Orange Bowl. And then you go to the 49ers, and you take them to a Super Bowl, 3 straight NFC Championship games. And then you go to Michigan. It took a little while to get over the Ohio State, thing, but then you beat them 3 years, 3 straight Big Ten championships. You finally win the national title. Yeah, you're probably cheating a little bit. And so we all know that you're going to go to the NFL. We all knew it, just like Carroll went to the NFL with Seattle. So I'm not going to hate him for that. But him with that roster, Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
3 years. I'm not saying they're going to win it, but in 3 years they'll be in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I agree with that timeline, because they have to get a lot of things straightened out.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, they have tall receivers, but they're never
Healthy.
both on the field at the same time. They could be 10 foot tall, but if they're injured, I mean, what's the point?
Yeah.
So they still have a few things to work out. That AFC West. The Chiefs would always run away with it, but now it's a little more competitive with the Raiders. It's not going to be easy for anyone in the AFC West moving forward, even after this season.
Especially for the Raiders.
Broncos were making a move, but then they fell back. So it's going to be up for grabs, and I'm saying this because. Last 8 years, the Chiefs have dominated the division, but now I'm skeptical going to the upcoming season. It's up for grabs now. I don't see anybody running away with that division, and that's just how I feel. And it's strange talking about trying to figure out how we're going to win the division next year, because I never had to worry about that.
Right.
It was always an automatic. Give us the AFC West crown. Okay, let's move on to the playoffs. But now, looking at where Kansas City is now, it's going to be some work, and it's going to be some struggle to just win the West.
Yeah.
So that's what I feel. So,
Nestor, how about you?
I think he'll be able to answer Junebug's question whether Justin Herbert is a good quarterback or not.
Right.
The other thing is, good for them, because when they started this season, they looked like a good team. They lost to my Dolphins, but I think just barely. So it's going to be fun to see them. I just wonder if the organization itself can get out of the way and let this man do his thing. That's going to be important and vital for them. But I do see them in the Super Bowl or getting pretty far with Jim. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It seems like in the next few years they should be right in the mix. This does not seem like when Sean Payton came to the Broncos and it was kind of like, we'll see kind of a deal. This seems like, all right, this dude knows what he's doing, and that quarterback is that good, that they should be there shortly. But like you said, it is kind of a matter of if the front office is not just consistently getting in his way and putting hurdles there. But I would imagine that they have a lot of success there. I will say, for the Chiefs' sake, I wouldn't really worry about Vegas. They don't seem to be going anywhere. Denver, I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens with them come next year.
I don't think they're keeping Russ. So
right. So I wouldn't really worry about that too much either. So if all you're really competing with is just LA, there's still that wild card spot. So either way, I feel like both of those teams are locking up a title in a wild card spot.
I'm not even a Chiefs fan, but I think this is the worst we're going to see the Chiefs in the regular season.
Probably.
As long as
I
Andy
hope that you're
Reid,
right.
As
Right.
long
I
as
hope that
Andy
you're right.
Reid is the head coach.
Yeah.
As long as Andy Reid's the head coach, I think this is the worst we're going to see them in the regular season.
Yeah.
They lost a lot of talent, and you still won the division.
Right.
Like,
Well, that means that the division is a very good division.
and what was his name? McTony.
Oh,
McRib. What was his name?
Kadarius.
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 McDarius Tony.
Oh gosh.
I mean, you withstood all those drop passes.
Oh, I'm having
Teenagers
flashbacks.
I
now,
mean-
sir, I'm sweating now, sir.
Yeah, y'all could have been 14-3
Oh gosh, sir.
without Tony out there.
Get me a cold drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sweating. I'm sweating right now.
Anytime I saw that man line up, I was like, I don't know why Mahomes still
Somebody
throwing
needs
the damn
therapy
ball.
on that. Yeah. I look back at Kadarius. Kadarius did great wonders in Super Bowl 57. Great wonders. Punt return. He won the game for us in Super Bowl last year.
That was it.
Very modest guy. He didn't want to come out and say he did it, but he did it. But I think that we just had a bunch of forgiveness on him. And,
Too much forgiveness.
and we were thinking about what he did for us in the past, and not what have you done lately.
I mean, I can think of two games that man lost the Chiefs.
Oh gosh, sir!
They'd have been
Sir, I'm
13-4
sweating so much, I'm losing weight right now.
without Kadarius Tony
Okay, I'm
on
losing
the
weight right now.
roster. Two
Okay.
games.
I'm sweating this much.
Two games. I don't know.